Someday. Someday I will remember that the mic thingy needs to actually be manually turned on. Okay. That's okay. Hello. Hello again. How are people now that you can actually hear me? I feel like I just need to give you guys a chance to really, like, take in the visuals before I open my mouth and ruin it. Eh? We have Loki? Yep. So we're good. We have our cat supervisor. Yeah. I know, it's a big job. Somebody's got to do it. Yeah? Okay. Loki's like, not me. I speak Loki. Uh-oh. Oh my god. I have two cats circling the desk right now. I have a Rosie and a Jack, so I'm a little concerned about that. But I'm sure they won't come up and take up the whole desk. Gonna turn the sound off on the phone. Oh. Or just turn it back on, that's fine. Wow. Miss Charlotte showing some okay, that's better. I was gonna say, showing some favoritism there, but that is acceptable. The day that Piggy actually comes moseying out is gonna be a really exciting day, I think, so. Yeah, so, what I started to say. No. Miss Charlotte, I feel like I've explained to you before why they are named what they're named. Hello, Fyra. I apologize for starting so close to when you apparently have a meeting. Yeah, I was just gonna say, Miss Charlotte's comment, I understand why you might say that. Two of my cats are named Rosie and Jack. They are the ones that you generally will see actually making an appearance on stream, apart from Loki. Loki's got her own stuff going on. Loki's not really a cat who jumps up on my desk. She has manners, you know. And Jack and Rosie are actually like litter mates. They're actual brothers and sisters as opposed to just siblings through me forcing them to all be my children. And their names, I didn't really like. I thought of this like after I'd picked the names, but I was already like, no, I wanna have it be a cool reference. So Jack is a reference to the player character from BioShock 1. Didn't really live up to that namesake. I would say he's very much not that personality. And Rosie is Rosalind Lutece of the Lutece twins from BioShock Infinite. And I would argue she maybe didn't live up to that name either. Not Rosie is a very beautiful, wonderful girl, but she is not going to be doing any quantum physics opening up portals to other dimensions anytime soon, I don't think. Wasn't he? Yes. So before we foster failed with the 4 kittens that Rosie and Jack are part of that litter, we kind of gave them placeholder names. So Rosie was Callie, which is like the most like boring name for a cat. Sorry if sorry if there's any Callie owners in the chat, but you know, we were trying to pick names that were pretty like not getting attached. Like the cat that would become Sophie was called Gray. What was Cal's name? I feel like Cal was just called Small. So those are the 2 that don't live with me. Hold on. Let's see if I can hold up my arm in a way to show. So, because I have my sleeve of cats. Okay, so this is upside down, but this is Sophie. This is Cal. This is Jack. And then Rosie is all the way. Nope, that's Sophie again. Rosie, where are you? Rosie is right here. Jack was called Creepypasta initially because I called him the cuckoo of the litter, because he seemed so much bigger than the other kittens. Like he was almost like, I think that they were like, oh my God, how do you measure it? If they were like in ounces or something like that, but you know, he was almost like half again as big as they were. That it was almost like, is he from the same litter? He's so large. And he had just the way he like looked at you. He had this really, really intense, piercing gaze that was like, he seemed like he was thinking thoughts that were beyond ken of such a small kitten. Like he was looking into your soul. And so we called him Creepypasta. Um, so, you know, perhaps uh, yeah, he used to have these really bright blue eyes. Oh, don't make me do it. Now I'm gonna be like, I can find some cat pictures. I can find some kitten pictures. Let's do that instead of starting work. Hold on. So they were babies back in 2017. Sorry, I am just like, I get so obsessed looking at these photos. So this does not show, almost Miss Charlotte, I will. So here's the little kittens with our dog Bear laying on the bed because he was a very good big brother. He was very protective and gentle with them. So this is, so there's Rosie, there's Sophie, there's Jack, and there's Cal, and there's Mr. Bear. Just a little boy. This is me and Jack when he was little. He's just a little guy. He's always wanted to be at my desk. He was a little bit smaller back then. I used to be able to have 3 kittens cuddled together on my lap at one time. And I remember having the distinct thought that I was like, there's gonna be a day when this is the last time that they all sleep together on me. See if I can find a picture of So this is like when we first brought, this is Sophie and this is Jack. Sorry. There's a reason why we kept all the cats, you know. Okay, I'm gonna find one with his eyes open and then I will lock him. But seriously, I could just show you cat pictures forever. This one. Oh, little Jack. And again, Sophie. I feel like him and Sophie were kind of the buddies. That was Jack with his piercing, all-knowing eyes. Yeah, he's just a little guy. I say that that's the summer that I lost my mind, but at the same time, it was I really liked having all the kittens. You know, I don't regret keeping them and having an intense amount of cats. Right, so what I was going to say, as far as like what's happening in this stream right now, other than me just showing you a lot of cat pictures, I was gonna go and start inks on a cover. And the thing about that is that I have not done a sketch yet, so we might do that together. So I did flag this stream as possibly having mature content because this is a cover for a story that deals with like dancers at a club. I don't think there's going to be any full-on nudity for it, but I'm going to be extra careful this stream so that I don't get, yeah, no booba. No booba this time. So just want to be a little bit careful and not get banned and all my stuff wiped again, if possible. So yes, yeah, no, it was as soon as it was like, what? That boob is not vacuum sealed into a bodysuit. They were like, it's too much. Your booba is too strong. They'll destroy you. So, God, Okay, sorry, I'm just looking here because one of these is slightly more safe for work than the other, and I don't want to like let us pull up. Yeah, have fun, Pyra. So this is gonna be hello, Jack. So for this one. Okay, sure. The description for this one. Uh, so this is another cover for Pat, Space Between. Hi. Yeah, what's up? Jack, what do you know about this? Did you hear that we were talking about you and saying how beautiful you are? Yeah. Um, so this is a newer series that Space Between is doing. It's called Private Dance. Private Dance is an ongoing series about a strip club where we follow the lives of the dancers in and out of the club. A lot of our readers have requested to see you, that's me, draw the lead Sabi. But we can maybe do a cover with money raining down on her fantasy elements, so. Hi, how are you? Are you making sure that we have a sweet prince in the stream? Making sure we have a sweet prince. So handsome and mean. Cool. And so, the other cover that they were referencing, actually not sure if this one came out already, because I didn't get the like fully dressed version. That being like, that has the titles and all the credits on it. So this one was a cover for one called Death's Kiss. That was a. I thought this one was pretty fun. It's about a grim, sorry, a beautiful grim reaper lady falling in love with a mortal fellow, as one sometimes does. So okay, I'm looking at like the little thumbnail. I'm like, okay, this is the not naked one. It should be okay. So yeah, so this one was I'm quite happy with this one. We actually did kind of like another, like this is actually the second pass, like the second design that I did, that we had done like a decent amount of work on another design that ended up not being it. But yeah, I was pretty happy with this. I feel like this was a cover that I like, wow, sorry, that I haven't been, it was my first variant cover that I had done in a little bit earlier this year. So I really wanted to have fun with it, but also sort of that pressure of being like, we'd, I don't know, we'd been doing a lot of back and forth with the other design idea, so coming into this one I was like, oh, this is going to be like another thing, because I think anyone who, I'd say like creative kind of like editorial kind of jobs, or rather like where you're communicating with a client to like approve something, and this isn't just like this isn't just creative industry stuff, but like that's my experience of just a thing of like, you know, you can be really really jazzed to be working on something and be like, oh, this is so cool, and then like nothing like kills your like, you know, cuts the wind from your sails quite so much as them being like, oh, can you change like this little thing? And then you do, and they're like, can you change it again? Can you do like, you know, things that are like that you're like making these tweaks on this drawing that you're like, I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. Like I thought it was good, and now I'm like, I just have like, I feel like I have no way to actually gauge what is good or wrong with it. So this one ended up being like a pretty, like they were pretty happy with it, without too many revisions, I don't think. Which is good, because I think it's a nice little cover, even though I can see there's some anatomy issues on her one shoulder, but we're not going to talk about that, even though I was the one who mentioned it. Um, yeah, I should probably. I was thinking about this yesterday because I know I mentioned like uh, doing that sketch jam with Heather and Sammy. So I feel like I should go back and just sort of like add their like where you can find them on like their social media and stuff like that. And same thing for this. I will memo to me, and I'll definitely remember this. Um, to go back and like link the information for the book that this one was for. If anyone is interested in reading a story about a sexy lady Grim Reaper, yeah, that seems a bit more of a client problem if they're picky about doing things. Um, yeah, I agree, Miss Charlotte, and it is kind of one of those things where like I find in a lot of cases, especially with kind of like where I am in my like career timeline at this point, people usually kind of like let me problem solve in my own way or do my own thing. And they'll ask like I'll get like I'm not unused to getting like at the end of finishing like a cover, having like the editor or writer being like asking for kind of like color tweaks or like just that sort of layer of things where it's like at the very end. I don't mind doing that because I find that like when by the time I get to that part of the process, it's like I have been looking at it for so long and I'm like I can't tell if this is like way too saturated or way too like overblown for like brightness contrast kind of stuff. So it's like I